it's a kind of cliche that's what therapy is all about. It's about poking around in your childhood, when actually what you're bothered about is the panic attacks that you're getting now. But the fact is, we are all formed by the environment that we grow up in. We're all formed by the relationships that we have with parents, with siblings, with teachers. If you watch little children, they're like sponges and they soak things up and they imitate the people around them. And that's how they learn about the world. So if, for example, you've got a very critical parent or a very critical grandparent or a sibling who bullies you when your parents aren't looking, you're going to form certain beliefs about yourself. Maybe I have to just behave and shove all my feelings down so nobody must know how I really feel. And that becomes a strategy that is helpful in some situations in life, but profoundly not in others. And it can also leave a legacy of not really knowing who you are and never really feeling alive and real as you. So that's why it's profoundly important to know how your past has shaped you, because it can give you more control. The understanding of it can give you more control over what you do with it in the present. Because if you are suffering from panic attacks now, that will have something to do with how you've learned to manage anxiety. Well, we know from all the flack that Prince Harry has got recently, where he's decided to talk about the effects of his own parenting on him, talk about the effects of the way his own mother was treated by the paparazzi and the trauma that that left him with, but also to talk about the fact that his own family, the royal family, wouldn't talk about it much with him, and so he had nowhere to take it and he felt unsupported. And as we know, he started telling the world about that now in various mediums, including his own program. And it's very much a personal thing whether you share with the world. Obviously, we're not all Prince Harry, but whether you decide to tackle your parents about things you feel weren't helpful in your upbringing, or whether you don't and you just keep it to yourself and keep it within your therapy, maybe talk to your partner and your closest friends about it. That's a very personal choice. One thing I would say is it's the crucial thing to ask yourself is it going to hurt me more if I talk to my parents? Often what we can do is hope that if we say, you know what, Dad, you've never listened to me, you've never really seen me for who I am, you just want me to achieve. And we get the kind of response that says, oh, don't be silly, I've never been like that. It's painful because it's reinforcing that idea that your father doesn't accept you for who you are. And you're just it's like banging your head against a brick wall if you know that's the kind of brick wall he is. And so it might be much kinder to yourself to just think, okay, I'm never going to get that from Dad. I'm just going to I'll keep my relationship with him, but I'm just not going to share my deepest thoughts and feelings with him because he doesn't get it. And you can still heal from all that pain just as effectively as you can by broadcasting it to them. I think it is important to understand if you've got parents or siblings that you have difficulties with, it is important to understand them. I mean, this kind of thing tends to get passed down the generations, we tend to repeat the kind of parenting that we had, whether we are consciously wanting to or not. You often hear new mothers saying, oh my goodness, I heard myself talking to my child just like my mother, or I've started being really impatient with my child just like my mother, and I hate that. And it can be a very painful thing, but it's these sort of automatic behaviors tend to kick in. There's a phrase that is, it's very hard to give what you haven't been given. So if you've not been brought up and given patience, you've not had patience modeled around you, you're likely to be a less than patient parent unless you break the cycle, which of course is what Prince Harry keeps talking about. He keeps saying that's why he's speaking out, why he's doing so much therapy and why he believes in it. It's because he wants to break the cycle and not pass kind of stiff upper lipness down to his children.